I'm about to plant potatoes in a technique that layers straw, soil, compost. Straw, soil, compost. And you put potatoes in each layer and then they grow out the sides. We're gonna see how well it works. Hey guys, so I've never done this before, but I saw that you can plant white potatoes in a circular base of chicken wire. So I bought this bag of russet potatoes at Sprouts, and I have to say, I have been so impressed with the produce I've gotten from Sprouts because it will actually sprout. Most companies treat their items with a chemical that makes it not sprout. Well, I stuck these in my pantry literally for maybe 10 days, and look, these guys want to grow very, very badly. So I thought, well, they've already done this. Wonder if I could plant them. And that's where I started researching and learned about how you can plant in this vertical garden. So that this is perfect. I don't have a ton of space. I love a good baked potato. Let's see how it works. All right, I'm gonna start with a layer of dirt from, this is another little ghetto raised bed I did last year. I just put this little square together, and I'm not gonna use it that way this year, so I'm gonna reuse this dirt as our bottom layer. All right, so I've got a layer of dirt. Now I'm going to add a layer of compost. This is mushroom compost. I did do a compost pile myself last year, which I'll do on the next layer. All right, first layer of compost. Now let's do some straw. So last fall, I had some things planted and we were gonna have our first cold snap. So I just bought a bale of straw at a Home Depot to put around the plants to save them. Well, then I started thinking, that stuff is treated with Roundup, with glyphosate, as what's called a desiccant, to dry it out so that it can be harvested easier. So I wanted to get something without glyphosate to grow in my garden this year. So this is organic straw, which is a bit expensive, but I would prefer to not ingest this glyphosate. All right, now we have a nice bed for our first row of potatoes. Let me grab some. So I'm gonna put 3 per layer. Let's just do them around here. You know what? I'm doing that. I don't know. Supposedly they find the edges. You know, they feel the sun, they will grow toward the edges. So, but I am helping them along just a little bit. Since this is my first time doing this, I want to be sure we have success. All right, now more dirt. Tell you what, I'm really improving my microbiome handling all this stuff barehanded. And I could be wearing gloves, but I don't know, I want to improve my microbiome. Let's give it all some good water before I add more layers. Thankfully, the bags are getting a little easier. My idea is that since my layers are not thick, I'm going to kind of arrange the potatoes in different areas so they all have room to spread out and grow. I will make us baked potatoes, Nigel. We can have another taste test like we did with sweet potatoes. And finally, I'll top dress with straw. Voila! The grand experiment. Now I'm going to make a pledge right now, because as I was doing this, I thought to myself, if I had chickens, this would be their bedding and there would be manure and I would have instant fertilizer. My pledge, I am not getting chickens. Mark my words.